There's a route to the top of one of the highest rocks in Nigeria that almost nobody takes anymore. No elevator, no railings, just the same narrow, dangerous passages that warriors used nearly 200 years ago. I decided to climb it after 4 days of little sleep. Getting there wasn't easy. I got up before sunrise to catch a train from Lagos to Abeokuta, rode across rough roads into town, and finally reached the Olumo Rock tourist complex. Although the rock that towers over Abeokuta is the main attraction, the complex also has a gift shop, murals, and statues. So I looked around for a bit, took advantage of some photo ops, and then got the climb underway. A set of over 100 stairs takes you to the first landing stage near the base of the rock, which is called Lísabi Garden. More on Lísabi in a moment. From here, you start to appreciate how huge the rock is, and it hits a little bit different up close. You also start to be able to get a great view of the surrounding town, including important landmarks like the first mosque in Abeokuta, which is the red building in the middle of the screen. Before we get to the craziest part of the climb, it is important to explain a little bit more about Olumo Rock. It's not just a rock, it's a place of historical and spiritual significance. That is particularly true for the Egba people, who are a subgroup of the Yoruba ethnic group. If you watched 2022's Woman King movie, the powerful Oyo Empire should sound familiar to you. What I didn't know was that there was an Egba warrior and military leader in the 1700s named Lísabi. He led a successful revolt against the Oyo Empire to win independence for the Egbas. After this revolt, the Egba wandered for years. Eventually, they arrived and settled in the very hilly region now known as Abeokuta. The words Abeokuta and Olumo are deeply connected. Abeokuta means under the rock, with the rock in question referring to Olumo Rock. And Olumo roughly means the Lord has ended our suffering, and comes from the experiences of the Egbas in the 1800s. Standing where I was standing, it was hard to imagine that this rock once determined whether an entire people survived. A series of wars over several decades from the 1830s to the 1870s were a defining time for the Egba. They battled other Yoruba polities centered in places like Ibadan, as well as kingdoms from further away, like Dahomey in modern-day Benin, led by King Gizo. One way Olumo Rock helped the Egba survive this critical time is that scouts were able to spot incoming hostile forces before they arrived. But the most important part of Olumo Rock isn't actually what you see from the outside. Before and during military engagements, Olumo's caves provided protection for children, women, and the sick. This even helped the warriors grow more confident because they knew their loved ones were protected by Olumo's caves. I had the chance to explore some of these caves during my climb to the top. The pits that you see here were used for grounding pepper and pounding yam, and some of them were used for grounding gunpowder as well. Given the important role this site played in the history of the Egba, its spiritual significance should come as no surprise. There are shrines to two Orishas, Ogun and Oboluaye, within the complex. What shocked me the most is that Olumo Rock's influence didn't stop in Nigeria. It crossed the Atlantic. There is a former plantation in Jamaica called Abeokuta, and a large rock on that land called Olumo. They were most likely given those names by indentured Egba laborers who arrived in Jamaica in or after the 1840s. For the names to survive the trip across the Atlantic shows the lasting impact Olumo made on the Egbas. When you see it up close, it's understandable. That's why you have another chance at the first landing stage to take the elevator to the top if you get intimidated. But I didn't come all this way to take an elevator, so despite running on little sleep and it being almost 90 degrees, I continued and chose to take what they call the ancient route to the top. It has minimal equipment and supports. After squeezing through a very tight passage, I passed under a rock wedged between two giant boulders. If you're into African history that most people never hear about, and adventures that bring it to life, hit the subscribe button because that's exactly what this channel is about. After emerging from the passage between the two boulders, I arrived at the second landing stage. As you can see, I was sweating buckets. From here, you're able to get an even better view of the surrounding town. This is very close to the top, which is the third and final stage. But to get there is perhaps the most challenging part of the entire climb. From below, it didn't look so bad, but up close, I immediately understood why people stop at the second landing stage and take the elevator. Locals say that no one has ever fallen from Olumo Rock. This stretch of the climb will definitely make you question that. One wrong move and it is a steep incline where you can easily fall and slide off if you don't have the proper body positioning. My heart was racing. I approached it by keeping a low center of gravity and making my way up on my hands and toes. Thankfully, this worked. I took a few moments once I reached the top to collect myself and take in the amazing view from the top of Olumo Rock, the highest point in Abeokuta. Off in the distance, you can see the Ogun River, one of the most important rivers in Nigeria. There is a plaque on the second landing stage explaining the many meanings of the word Ogun. So, I reached the top and took in the amazing view. Now, I have to get back down. I again chose to do it the hard, traditional way. I took the elevator and stairs down. You thought I was gonna say something crazy, didn't you? While descending the staircase, it is customary to write your name and the date of your visit on the wall. I love these opportunities when I'm abroad to leave little traces like this of me having been there. The ground floor brings you back to the plaza, which has a gift shop and a few other buildings. I stopped by the gift shop to check out what they had. I picked up several souvenirs, including 3 books. One about the history of Olumo Rock, one of Yoruba proverbs, and one about the 1918 Ajubi War between the Egba and the British. So, what do you think of Olumo Rock? Do you think you'd be able to complete the ancient route to the top? Or do you think you'd have to take the elevator? Let me know in the comments section down below. My trip to Nigeria was my second time visiting the continent. In the future, I'll be releasing a full retrospective on my trip, covering all of my activities and sightseeing there. My mission with Mazayu Media is to use my own travels to Africa to inspire the African diaspora, to learn about, travel to, and connect with the regions our ancestors hailed from. If that resonates with you and you found value in this content, don't forget to hit the like button on this video, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. That will go a long way in helping that mission be fulfilled. Thank you for watching this video and for your support. If you like this video and want to see more of Nigeria, check out this video to learn what popular streamer IShowSpeed missed in Nigeria during his Africa tour. And if you want to learn the truth about the most controversial island in Africa? Check out this video.